Hello, today we are going to look at fillet theory in detail. We'll start with the start with this model. So we have four options of applying fillets. First one is constant fillets, then second one is variable size, third one is phase fillet, and the fourth one is full round fillets. We'll start with the first one, constant size fillets. I'm going to apply a fillet which has a radius of 10 millimeters and it's a symmetrical fillet. I'm going to get the full preview shown and the tangent propagation button is on. So when I click this edge, symmetric fillet will be applied 10 millimeters in radius, and you can adjust the radius from here even. So this is the outcome we get. So if you apply an asymmetric fillet, we can have two radiuses like this. So the outcome will be asymmetric, so we will stick to symmetric fillets 10 millimeters. Now if I start again and if we just select this edge, there will be options popping up like this. So this is a new feature in SolidWorks. Earlier this was not there. SolidWorks tries to capture all these neighbors, all the features in the model, and it's going to ease your work. Now if you just press OK, this is the result. And if you want to apply fillets for all these four edges, one method is you can just select one by one, or else ask the software to select the edges. Sometimes it may not do it correctly, so you need to select all the edges one by one like this, which will take some time. So instead of that, we can do what? We can just select this relevant face. So all the edges in correspond to that face will be filleted, and the result is like this. And if you further move on to the theory, now I just select, earlier I just selected an edge, then I selected the face. But if you want, you can select this entire feature. So when you select the entire feature, this is the outcome, the fillet outcome. So it's very fast if you select the feature method. So remember, we can select edges, or we can select faces, or we can select features when you apply fillets. And the fillet can be circular. There are other options coming. We will look at these options later. Fillet can be symmetric or asymmetric. We'll move on. Now if you want to apply a fillet with different radiuses, how can we do it? I'm going to use the same tool, but this time we have the different radiuses in different edges. So we can have 10 millimeters here. So if you just select this one, it will be also 10. So we have to start this option called multiple radius fillet and select this edge and give another radius. Radius can be given from this flag, or even from this dialog box you can give the value. So here 5 millimeters given, I can change it to say 8 millimeters. So this way we can give different fillet in radiuses for the edges. So this is called multiple radius fillets, but it's again it's constant throughout the edge. And there's another option called setback parameters. What is meant by setback parameters? So you can see if you compare these two pictures, this picture there's a common vertex here, and they have applied some fillets to all these edges, and the common vertex has been smoothened a little bit. But if you look at this diagram, the common edge has been smoothed further. It's a very sharp change. So you can have a very good smooth surfaces if you apply setback parameters. I'll show you how it works. We can use the same diagram or we can use a different diagram as indicated in the book. We look at the diagram. This is my model I'm going to use. Figure 734. First we will apply the normal fillet to all these edges. Now you see this is the common intersection of the vertex. So fillet is not very smooth. So if you want to apply setback parameters, we can give the setback radius and we will select this common vertex. When you select the common vertex, you see software has calculated 10 mm, 10 mm, 10 mm all on the edges, and if you just press OK, this is your outcome. So your fillet is now smoothing further. But now, if you want, you can adjust this. Now, if you have, you see a lot of curves have been formulated now. So if you reduce this 5 millimeters. See, I select an edge and say I'll make this setback parameter 5 millimeters. Now you see this distance is measured 5 millimeters here, and when you press OK, this side is somewhat different. Now up to 10 millimeters the fillet functions have been applied. Here up to 5 millimeters only the fillet functions have been applied. So if I undo the results, this is the difference between 10 millimeters and 5 millimeters. So when you want to get further smoothing common vertices, you can use this setback parameter too. This is another interesting option available, which is called keep features. Now we don't have the exact same file available in our part list, so I'll use this 779 to describe this, explain this feature. Now when I apply fillets to this edge, so it can be 10 millimeters, and press OK. Look at what's happened to these features. Now these features have been remained even though there is a fillet and you see that these cylinders have been extended up to this point. If you look at the features of these cylinders sketches, it's like this. So what the software has done is he has increased this length up to this phase automatically. So it's a very vital tool. SolidWorks is handling this. Suppose if you don't want these features here after applying the fillet, now this is like I have kept the features remain even though I have applied the fillet. The features have been remained there. So if I just want to delete them, or if I want to remove them, there is an option called keep feature. So I'll just untick this button, then it will remove these features which like this. So it's going to remove the features which are in the areas of the fillet, but the extrusion is there, but you can't see. It's like suppressing the extrusion. So the software suppress these extrusions in order to accommodate this fillet. So this is a really handy tool available in SolidWorks, so you can play it and see where this is the key features. Now this diagram shows you what is the meaning of round corners. Now there's a field of option called round corners. This is with the round corners, and this is without the. So this is with the round corner. This is without the round corner. Now here it's a sharp edge. Here it's like a filleted edge. So if you look at the diagrams we have, part files we have 741. This is without round corners. Now if you apply round corners here, options we have round corners. You see how it changes. So the problem in these tools is we don't have much control now. So if I untick this, it's sharp. If I tick this, it's round. So these are some interesting tools available in SolidWorks. Just to know, know about them. Then we'll look at how to apply variable radius fillet. So I'm going to change the radius throughout the edge. So I'll take this example. Now I want different radiuses throughout the edge, so you can't use this first option. We have to go to the second option called variable size fillets. Say I just select this edge and it says unassigned radius, and software has divided this edge into 4 equal areas, and if I give a value say 10 millimeters here, you will get the 10 millimeter throughout the edge. Say if I say 5 millimeters here, this will be 5 millimeters. Now if you want to further divide this into other millimeters or other radiuses, what can we do? We have to increase the number of segments here. So we can increase the number of instances like this, and when you click on this small circle, you can give a radius to that. Now to show you the percentage value, say if this is 100 millimeters, this is 66.67 millimeter point. Now this is 5 millimeters, so I can smooth, have some transition between the fillets like this. This is my outcome. So you see we can change the radiuses throughout the edge and get a different, get a more smoothing edge. Now next tool is face fillet. So this is the part file I have. After I apply the face fillet, it will try to fill out this void from a fillet. Now if you look at the part file we have 752. Face fillets. Here I have to select these two faces, and when I give a sufficient radius to this, and I give 20 and press OK. Say please select at least one face from each. So when I do the selections, I made a mistake. First phase should be in this first box, second phase should be in the second box. Now when I give this for 20 millimeters, it can create a filleted surface here, but if you get 10 millimeters, it will won't do. 90 millimeters, it will work. 18 millimeters, it cannot form a fillet there. So the smallest value is 19. It's like it's like you try to put a circular ball here. So the best radius, the minimum radius of the ball you can keep here is 19 millimeters. So if you can say okay, this is the result. So I didn't delete my feature, I didn't edit my feature, I used the fillet tool to fill that point. So if I just increase the fillet radius, this is my result. And if I increase further, I won't get the result. This is called face fillets in SolidWorks. Next, we look at the other fillet option, last fillet option for non-fillets. This is the example figure 756, 755. If you look at this diagram, you can see we need to select faces, and in SolidWorks those are called face sets. So you have two face sets, face set 1 and face set 2, and you have to select the edge. So if you want to get this kind of a result, we can't use normal fillet method. So if you just look at the first method, constant fillet, this is your output. Even though you increase your radius, this is your result. So you will not be able to get a fillet until this edge. Now how can I get it from this new tool? So if I undo this, we'll use the last method called full round fillets. There are 3 sets available. So here we have 3 sets. First set is this one. Second one is this one. Sorry, I made a mistake. So you have to use the previous method, that is face fillet to get this result. Sorry for the mistakes. Same face fillet tool. So I can select this as the first set. Second set is this. So if you can see what is the result popping up. Say if I say 10 millimeter, this is the result. So since the tangent propagation is on, you can see it's taking the entire chain. So if you turn off the tangent propagation, it's only for this edge. So this is the meaning of tangent propagation. Now if you want to get the result as illustrated in this diagram, we have to use a concept called whole line. So it's under fillet options, you will find a method called whole line. So we know what is asymmetric. We didn't study what is chord width. We know symmetric, asymmetric. Whole line is the new option. So we need to select this as the whole line. So when you select this as the whole line, the fillet will extend up to this line, and this is your result. So I hope you understood what I did. So this is a very vital tool to control the fillet boundaries. So if you look at this new model, figure 757, we have applied 2 fillets here. One fillet is going up to this edge, other one is stopping. So if you just look, delete all the fillets we have applied, this is my result. This is the original design. So if I just come here and apply face fillets again to this face and this face, this is my result. It's entirely different from these two outputs. So how can I get a fillet up to this point? So we have to use the whole line concept again and up to here. So you see the fillet is moving up to this edge. You can see the radius option is no longer available. Actually we have changed the radius now. And how can I get it until this line? So it's ending up here. If you want to continue this fillet up to here, whole line concept will not going to work. So there is another concept called curvature continuous, and you have to select this line as the second option under curvature continuous. So whole line and curvature continuous are working together. So if you do it for this phase, these phases, this is the first one. In the second phase, this is the result under symmetry. So if I change it to whole line, this is my one whole line, first whole line, and this is my second whole line. And since I have taken this curvature continuous option on, this is continuing up to here. If I just come here and have it circular, this is my result. So you can see the difference. Now this is the diagram where we studied, and you can see how it changes depending on the options you select in SolidWorks. So this is about face fillets, and there's another interesting tool under face fillets. In these two diagrams, if you compare these two diagrams, you can see the fillet in this area is much more than the fillet in this area. So we have increased the thickness of the fillet here, and we have added more material to this area. Why we are adding more materials? Because if you apply a force to this cylinder, horizontal force, there's a high tendency of getting a crack in this area. So we have to increase the strength of this area by adding more material. So fillet tool can be used to add that additional material in SolidWorks. We'll see how it works. I'm taking this figure 758. This is the original model, so this is not a good model. So if you apply a horizontal force to the cylinder, definitely there will be cracks forming here. So to avoid that, we should apply a fillet. You can use even constant size fillet tool here. Once you apply that tool, you see there is more material forming here automatically. If you want to get constant sizes, constant fillet, there's an option called constant width. So actually it's not available in this one, so you automatically get more material in. So we have to look at the phase fillet option and see that these are the first phase, this is the second phase. You see automatically more material coming. And if you come here and look at the options now, we have a tool called chord width. So actually this is my old SolidWorks note. Old days they have called this as constant width. Nowadays they call this as chord width. So if you apply chord width, the fillet radius is same throughout the edge. So if you just if you select symmetrical, this is the result. Same thing can be taken from this constant size tool also. We have it cannot be taken from the constant size. So we have to use this base fillet tool definitely for this option.